Hey, this is Don Kryptonium. But in this video, we are going to be very serious. I will address some things that happened recently, especially in relation to Kujira. Last week, I did the live stream. Was I think my most popular live stream that I had with Kujira, and it appears now I am Kujira Shill, Kujira Schiller, Kujira influencers. I am the against open source. I am against Jacob and many other entities in Cosmos for this simple reason. So before we start, hey, make sure hit the like button. Just like if you just hit it, right? Like it doesn't cost you anything. So I will not be editing that. But there was a very weird I unwinding in the few days before. So as you know, Kujira is this protocol that focuses on the financial instruments, and they are closed source, right? So the code is closed sourced. Some things were established some months ago. I actually made the video that there was one account that could mint infinite number of the stable coin. And in the last interview with the founder, we spoke about this. He clarified some things. He did say that the ultimate goal is being open source. So we did have discussion. But since the start of Kujira, I had doubts about Kujira, right? I actually called Kujira multiple times that they are like red flags. But the founder was always willing to talk to me. Yeah, let's go live. I'm happy to talk. And it's been 6 months I've been in touch with the guy. And finally, as it started trending recently, I messaged Dove once again, and we did the live stream, right? It was nice chat, the same way I did with hundreds other people for the past year in this ecosystem. I go, interview the guests, I talk, I try to learn about him, what's his background, why he got to this, why he started building this, and other stuff like this. I also wanted to interview with him because despite, my not ideal past with Kujira, there was the certain Kujira accounts or people from Kujira community that were interacting with me, and they didn't really cancel me. They thought maybe I'm fun, right? And they also had some collections on Stargaze, Kujirans, that I bought some recently. They have the Shrimp Gang, and not sure if you remember, I actually minted a lot of them, right? And I given away 50 of them. So willingly or not, I had those interactions with I had interactions with Kujira community because I saw that and I was like, hey, this is strong community. It's fun to engage. And I wanted to speak with Dove. So I did the interview, right, with Dove, and the next day, Jacob Gadikan is getting manic on me, right? I don't know, the guy starts tagging me about supporting closed source or the other shit, saying he wants to do the BAF interview. I don't know, there was so many tweets, I didn't know what the guy is talking about, right? It was some problem that I interviewed someone on my own channel, right? And every single guest I had this on my channel, I treat the same way. I never treat them specially. I always allow to say everyone whatever they want. The same treatment I do when I do the interviews with the Stargaze. I ask them hard questions whenever I want, when I feel like it, when I don't feel like it. Sometimes I don't ask the hard questions, right? So it's all up to me. That's I run the content. I want to learn mainly about the person, and you probably noticed that my channel is mainly about the person and stuff like this. And I saw this behavior just because I did this interview, that I'm Kujira Schiller for some reason, right? And it's interesting because I did the interviews with the multiple members of this ecosystem. Most interviews I did in the past, which I will not do in the past because it was a lie. And those videos, my mistakes are on my channel. I don't really delete them. So I did multiple interviews in relation to Cosmos Hub, to Juno, in relation to Osmosis, I spoke with Sunny, I spoke with Josh Lee, everyone, Secret Network, everyone was like invited, and suddenly the same people message me why I support Kujira, because I did the interview, right? And it's quite interesting because some people like message me, and like when I make video about something, they message me and say, hey, like thanks for doing the video about us, thank you, if you want something to us, if you need help, let us know. And it's interesting because I never favor anyone, but I would never receive a single message like this from like multiple players of the ecosystem, right? I made the video, nothing, no hi, no fuck you, no, if you need some additional information, hit us up, right? It's fully closed. They show you how open they are, but they just don't give a shit about you, right? And I got actually better treatment from Kujira. I'm not sure. It was my first video I made, right? I don't owe Kujira. I still didn't use their platform. So those people, getting absolutely crazy, But let's speak about some of the values of the open source. So I've given up on multiple projects because the people who talk to me about open source values, how important is this, about focus on the community, ended up being liars and lying to me. Which I do not really like. I don't think it's a good thing to do it. There were like accusations of stolen code from Stargaze. And so initially, as I was still being lied to, I felt the Kujira doing like maybe bad because, Web3 is open source movement. But for this movement, in order to work, you need to be transparent with each other. But if you openly steal each other code, that's... And then say everyone should be open source, that's no good. If you steal the ideas, and maybe the Stargaze will not be happy with what I say here, the Polyton, the outposts were actually, from what I know, Stargaze idea of Stargaze, taken away, not charged, built for someone else because that's okay. That's transparency in this fucking ecosystem, okay? People openly steal ideas, and then after they are told, hey, you fucking stole the idea and you're not acknowledging this, they change the GitHub and say, yeah, like that was, thank you for the idea, right? So the same preachers, the people who say like Kujira banned closed source, right? They now but like dumping 6 million on community, speaking of open source and the values, now go in the Me Too movement on the fucking conference in Prague. Our fates are tied together. Shut up, man. I'm doing the video. So now our fates are tied. You know what it looks like? When you watch the like Oscar ceremony or something, right? Like those movie stars, and they go on the podium and they speak about like African children, and you watch and you say, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This is what I say. Our fates are tied together. We succeed as the ecosystem together. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay? But maybe I will become the same, because, like, for example, like, I don't know if they are so naive or they are genuinely so stupid, right? And don't want to drag golden ratio he wouldn't like to have, but he said, here is the Sunny says there was no other stable coins in Cosmos, so obviously they had to use UST. I'm not speaking about Euro stable coin that there was. I understand that. Let's not pretend it's not like Osmosis' fault. Everyone loved UST back then, and many other ecosystems wanted to adopt UST, but you don't have to change the past, okay? January 2022, Gravity Bridge launched. There were actually alternative stable coins. It was the choice to push and show more support to certain stable, and that's okay. But don't flip the history and don't flip the truth, because it's like, people are very easy with sensing bullshit, and the more you do this bullshit, they will go against you, and none of you gets it. Sunny, Jacob, Jack Zampolin, well, none of you gets it. Like, you are like, so my question is, guys, are you that stupid, or you really believe you are doing the right thing here? Because the right thing is, yeah, we fucked up. Everyone else was thinking that's not gonna collapse. We fucked up. Not that we were special. It affected us the most because we were like, had easy connection to that. We move forward. That's so simple. Like, you don't have to be dishonest, right? Do we have something more here? So yeah, I mentioned this. On the top of that, like, you would have on the chains make rules about funding open source, but then the same people support closed source funding from like the developer treasuries, funding their own friends. To be honest, the community on certain chains never existed. The community was like, hey, yeah, it's community, but it was like we found our own. So more like, many people actually do believe like Jacob is some fucking warrior or something like this. After I would make some notional jokes, the dude, and I don't give a shit about what he thinks. I don't want to have relation to him. Like, he actually undelegated tokens from me just because he can't handle like that I speak the truth. And it's nice that he used the community pool tokens to actually try to influence people. Like, you really gave someone tokens who use them for his personal advantages and to abuse. Well, abuse is big word. I don't feel abused. I don't give a shit, to be honest. So the guy would call me after I would make some jokes about Notional or speak on the spaces. He would call me and like, you cannot say those things. That's what he would say. Because it's bad for my business. I was like, that's a joke. Yeah, but you can't. You can't. I fucking can. I literally, Jay, I fucking can. You understand? I can say whatever I fucking want. Stargaze, I want to make it clear. Stargaze, since the fucking start, never said a single thing. And I know for the fact there's people complaining to Stargaze that, I guess, they actually never, they don't even tell me that stuff, that I should get fired. Never told me what to do, never told me what to tweet, but there is this guy, fucking Gadikan, that I never have affiliation to him. He tells me that I cannot tweet certain things. This guy is absolute retard. You don't know who he is. Here is so as he went weird, as he went manic and epileptic on a fucking Kujira thing, right? He said, I attempted to cancel lead. Making up shit. I don't even have anyone blocked, I think. So, here I mention about calling me and saying, and then I say, all I did, I interviewed QG, and you guys got paranoid. Jacob Gadikan removed you. This guy cannot deal with single criticism or nothing. So I want to say to all of those guys, like, I didn't want to, like, but I just want you to present what it is. And I know that there is multiple projects. When I speak bad on them, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna work with Don Kryptonium, right? But like, all you have to do is be honest. Like, once again, I always say to you, it's so easy. You make this game so easy for me. Like, all you have to do is to be good human being. That's fucking all. But you get hooked up because I tweeted fucking bad things. So what? So fucking what? So, I don't give a shit if, like, whoever gonna collaborate with me or do anything. Like, it doesn't matter. It's absolutely irrelevant. Like you can play your games. So for everyone else, like I actually got something for you. So this is for Gadikans and others. It's a special gift. I hope you will like it. Right? So this is it. Go fuck yourself.